If you're a creator or you own a business, you can feel it, right? That sense that the ground is just shifting under your feet. All the old rules for how to grow online, they just don't seem to work anymore. Well, what we're covering today is the Playbook, a clear, unified strategy designed to cut through all that noise and actually help you navigate the kind of chaotic digital world we're heading into for 2026.
And listen, this isn't just a hunch. The team over at Think Media, they put it really bluntly. The old YouTube is dead. I mean, it's a super dramatic statement, but it perfectly captures what so many of us are feeling. Subscribers don't guarantee views anymore, your revenue is all over the place, and honestly, trust is at an all-time low. The game is just completely changed.
So that leads us to the most important question of all. If the old playbook is useless, what's the new one? How are you supposed to build a thriving business and a loyal audience in this brand new era? That is exactly what we are going to break down in this explainer, a clear, actionable path forward.
But before we can get to the cure, we really have to understand the disease. Why does growth feel so impossible right now? Let's take a minute and diagnose the symptoms of this incredibly challenging new environment.
You see this number? That's 20 million. That is the number of videos uploaded to YouTube every single day. Just let that sink in for a second. That's over 13,000 videos a minute. You're not just competing with other people in your niche, you're competing against an absolute avalanche of content for a very limited amount of human attention. So standing out, it's not just hard anymore, it's a strategic emergency.
And this explosion of content is creating three huge threats that you're up against right now. First up, the AI divide. It's not about if you use AI anymore, it's about how. The people who master it are getting this massive advantage and, well, everyone else is getting left in the dust. Second, the trust recession. With so much AI stuff out there, people are more skeptical than ever. And finally, you've got fragmented attention. Your audience isn't in one place, they are everywhere, which makes building a real community tougher than it's ever been.
Okay, so that's the problem. It's big, it's intimidating. But the solution starts with a surprisingly counterintuitive first move. It's a foundational cure that comes from business strategist Alex Hormozi.
So here's the crucial point. Hormozi argues that when you're just starting out, you've got a fundamental choice to make. The old way was to sell something cheap and try to sell it to everybody. The new, much smarter way, sell something extremely expensive to just a few people. And why? Because that middle ground where most people try to operate is basically a graveyard for businesses. A high-ticket offer gives you the one thing you desperately need, cash flow to survive, and eventually to scale.
And this is just perfectly illustrated by a story from Hormozi himself. When he was starting his gym, he had just one premium one-on-one client who was paying him $4,500 a month in cash. That one person provided all the personal cash flow he needed, which allowed him to reinvest every single dollar the main business made right back into its own growth. You see, it doesn't have to be scalable at first. It just has to be profitable.
Now, this might sound great in theory, but why starting with a premium, unscalable offer so intensely practical? Let's break down the actual concrete advantages that make this such a killer strategic move.
The benefits here are just immense. First, you get 100% margin cash flow. That means you keep every penny, giving you capital to pour right back into growth. Second, you learn from high-value clients. They give you way better feedback that helps you perfect your more scalable offers later. Third, it lifts your entire brand. I mean, having a $10,000 offer makes your $100 product look like an incredible deal. And finally, it generates your best marketing. Your most powerful case studies and success stories, they're going to come from these premium clients.
Okay, so you have this high-ticket offer. Now, how do you find the clients for it? This is where the business model connects directly with your content strategy. So let's look at the new content playbook, your tactical regimen for attracting your ideal, high-value customer.
The first rule of the new content playbook is really simple. You have to master video packaging. The folks at Think Media define this as the strategic mix of your topic, your title, your thumbnail, and your hook. Honestly, this is everything. In a world with 20 million daily videos, if your packaging doesn't immediately stop the scroll and spark curiosity, the quality of your content is totally irrelevant. It will just be ignored.
And this is a masterful example of packaging in action. Just look at this title from Ben at Keto Camp. It's not just a title, it's a powerful promise. Give me 12 minutes sets an incredibly low time commitment, but I'll save you 17 years presents a massive, high-value return. That contrast creates this incredible curiosity and urgency. It's not clickbait, it's a strategic promise that basically forces the right person to click.
So, you've earned their click with great packaging. Now what? How do you earn their trust?
In a world that is just flooded with AI-generated, commoditized content, the only true differentiator you have left is you. Authenticity is the antidote to AI fatigue. People are absolutely starving for something real, for human connection. Raw stories, lived experiences, unfiltered truth. That's what builds trust and loyalty now.
So how do you actually make authenticity work for you? You build a personal brand that acts like a competitive moat around your business. First, you've got to identify your brand DNA, your unique values, your beliefs, even your quirks. Second, don't be afraid to attract and repel. Your goal isn't to be liked by everyone, it's to be loved by the right people. And finally, weave it into your content. Think Media suggests a simple 80-20 rule. 80% of your content delivers on your core niche promise, but that other 20%, that's infused with your unique personality. That's what makes you unforgettable.
All right, so we've covered the problem, the business model cure, and the content playbook to go with it. Let's pull it all together now into one simple, future-proof formula. Here it is, the 2026 playbook in 2 simple steps. The core offer, drawing from Hormozi's strategy, is a high-ticket, unscalable one-on-one service that just pumps immediate cash flow into your business. And the promotion, inspired by Think Media, is using authentic, masterfully packaged content to attract the perfect clients for that offer. You see how it's a symbiotic relationship. The premium offer funds your content, and the content fuels your premium offer. It's a perfect loop. So, to really put all this into practice, I'm going to leave you with one final question. Don't think about scale, don't worry about systems right now. Just ask yourself, what is the one unscalable, high-touch thing you could offer tomorrow that would be so valuable someone would gladly pay 10 times what you currently charge for it? The answer to that question? Well, it might just be the start of your new playbook.